Welcome once again to an episode of Fix It with Izzy. Today we're dealing with a Bosch dishwasher with a drain issue. I've already been out here, first time to figure out what's going on with it. We're going to need this guy right here, the drain pump. It's easier than you think to install. I'll go ahead and tell you, you're going to have a lot of fun with this. But what we're dealing with, as you can see, we have a tub full of water down in there. But have no fear, I have something to take care of that. This guy right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the water out, get everything set up and ready, do a little bit of time lapse, show you what's going on, and just like with all my other videos, key points will be addressed as we go. So let's do some time lapse and get this thing cracking. Okay, so we got the water out now. We took the filter out, got all the way down into the bottom of the sump. Make sure that we get all that out of there. Now, as I was vacuuming everything out, I did hear a few pieces of glass of what it sounds like that went into the vacuum. We're going to check that out when we dump the water. But we got one step out of the way. Now time for the next. Now, when I was out here last time, I had to take that piece out there in order to get that bottom kick plate out. But depending on your setup, you might have to do something similar, but I will go ahead and tell you. What you want to do is, you got one screw there, you got one screw right over there. Both those screws have to come out in order to get that bottom kick plate off. Now, as you can see, I'm doing this by hand because I got one hand on the camera, one hand on the screwdriver. I'm not using the Makita on this one because it's, by the time I actually got that thing set up just for these two screws right here, it'd be kind of pointless because I'm already going to have them out, so to speak. But this job is going to go a lot easier than you anticipate. Get both those screws out there, and that's when you want to take, where did I put it? Hold on. There it is. Taking one of those, get over here off to the side like that, and give you a little tug and pull. Now that had to do with clearance, so we got clearance issues there. But anyhow, what we're going to do now is, a bit dark enough, shed some light on the side. Here we go. All right, you got your insulation right here, which kind of come up and under, and yeah, you do want to wear some rubber gloves for this bit because it can get a little nasty if you're not careful. Now, let's get up here where I can actually see what's going on. This light's all over the place. Anyhow, right there. And when I say there, right. So look at this light, the stand-up light supposed to, right there where my hand's at. That's your drain pump. That's the piece we're going to be replacing out. It's not difficult. It looks more difficult than what it is, but what you got to do is there's a little clip. Let me grab the new pump. I'll show you. There's a little clip on there that you're going to be dealing with. And I'm going to show you. Okay. When you push that in, when it's inside, it's going to be sitting like that. And then what you're going to do is, you see you got your opening over here where my thumb's at, where that just kind of slides in. So what you're going to want to do is pull that in, rotate down like that, and this piece is going to pull out. Now, if you're doing something similar to what I'm doing here, what you're going to find is that, like I said earlier, in the vacuum, I pulled a couple of pieces of glass is what it sounded like went inside. I'm actually anticipating seeing more once I get in here. But we'll know a lot more once I get the pump off. But 9 times out of 10, what happens and what kills these pumps is when you have, if you're not rinsing your dishes, or you have glassware that's chipped, or little pieces coming off of your silverware, or bottoms of glasses, or pot holders, or something like that, it makes its way down into the bottom. When it does, it gets in there, jams against one of these blades right here, and then this guy can't move. Now, if this guy can't move, if you look back here on the rest of it, granted it's all sealed off, but what happens is that right there fires off your stator on the inside, and that's not stator, rotator. I'll get it right here in a second. Some of y'all gonna blast me for that one, but yeah, it's nothing more about it. But anyhow, what happens is that jams, and then none of this moves, and then you get separation going on, and then a very unhappy missus, and all that good stuff. Unless if the fellows are the ones that are doing the dishes, then they're not happy because they got to have dishpan hands too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the old one out and go from there. And we'll show you the old one once you get it out. With the way I'm doing this one, with it staying in the cabinet, there's really not much to see, but I'm going to show you what I can. But right now, we're just going to go ahead and get it out, and I'll show you the old one and I'll pull it out. Okay, now, something I should say about this. Your drain hose right here. There's a clip that's right there. And it also goes into it right there. If you vacuumed everything out, you shouldn't have any problems with it. But this hose is going to be in your way to get that drain pump to rotate out. Make sure you take care of that. Okay. I'll leave it to me to actually see something here. Alright. Now, that's I got the drain line out of the way. I got the drain pump right there, but I forgot this piece here has to come out. You got one T25 right there. One T25 right there, and then you should be able to scoot this out enough to actually do it. Now, some techs will say, hey, why don't you just take the door panel off and all that kind of stuff? You could. Would it make it easier? Yeah, probably would, but me, since I'm already at this stage, I know I just need just a little bit of room to get this thing out, so I'm just going to pop those two screws out real quick, move it out of the way, get the old drain pump out, and go that route. Shouldn't take too awfully long. Okay, so here's our old pump. There's a new pump. But if you look right there, you may be able to see that. There we go. Let's get a good shot. That piece of glass right there was jammed into that pump, and that's what killed it. Found that after I pulled it out. We got that piece out of the way, so now you can maybe see a little bit of what's going on back here. But anyhow, a little piece of glass, yeah, that caused all the problems right there. So, what do we learn from this? Check your silverware, check your glasses, and this looks pretty thin. I mean, it's like either a drinking glass that is really delicate, or it's wine glass or something like that. So if any of your glassware's got chips in it, or missing pieces, or broken, and you can't find where that piece went to, I can promise you it came down to your pump assembly. Anyhow, we got the old one out. Let's get the new one in, get everything buttoned back up, and then we'll do the bonus of we're going to attach some side panels and stuff. Anyhow, going to get to it and probably run some time lapse on this. So just sit tight. Okay, new pump is in, everything else is back up in place. Take a little look. Got water going in now. So this is the testing tune. Something along those lines. So we're going to rinse for a second, then we're going to pump it out. Probably do that a couple times to make sure everything is good. And then at that point, we can button it up, get the other pieces in place, and I can bring in the air compressor and the brad nailer, and get the trim in place, and we're done. Alright, so we've let things run for a little bit. We got some water down in there right now. On your Bosch, what you want to do is, while your panel's up like this, if you ever want to clear out your cycle, look right up here. You'll see where it says cancel and reset. You want to hit those two buttons together, just like this, and then you'll see your clean light come on. Once that is on, close the door and listen. That sound is a functioning drain pump. That means we have fixed this. Now to button it back up the rest of the way and get the trim piece back in place, and we're done. Don't forget this little insulating piece here. Hold on. Let's get some light. An insulation piece. don't be like me. Actually put it in place before you put the kick panel back on. It'll make life a lot easier. Unless you just want to follow my footsteps, then go ahead and put your kick panel on, look over, see the insulation piece, remove your kick panel, put it in, then put it all back together again. Give yourself an extra step you didn't need. No. Let's go back here. Screw back in place there, screws back in place there. We got our screws back in the kick panel down here. Still got that piece that we're going to be putting in place here shortly. But right now, let's have a little look inside the vacuum and see what else we sucked up out of the sump, because we still haven't emptied that yet. Okay. Let's go ahead and get all this disengaged on the vacuum. Let's bring it up. Pull it out. Let's see what all we grabbed. Okay, here we go. I'll show you down inside there. We have more glass right there. Yep. So whatever happened to the glass, don't know, but it left some debris behind. Anyhow, take this opportunity. Let's go ahead and get the water going here. Go ahead, rinse off your filter. This is something that, regardless to what dishwasher you have, you should be doing this on a regular basis. Just get all that stuff off of it. And, you know, put down. See that? All right, right there. That will empty out. Now, what you want to do, let's put the tripod back up. Here we go. And just take it. It will separate. Just got to remember how. That's the big thing. And typically, you can give them a little twist and a turn. But if you can't, just rinse it through. Back it. Sometimes the stuff will actually get caught up in there, and instead of coming out feasibly, you actually have to, oh wait a minute, there we go, pulls out. So yes, all that yumminess right there, all that's got to come out. Yeah, good thing is, you can send it right down the garbage disposal, it's fine. As long as it's not glass or anything like that, you'll be fine. If that's just this buildup, don't even worry about it. Just knock it all loose. Because what this is going to do is, this is actually going to make everything wash much better once you've got it all, you know, done up, rinsed out, all that good stuff. This is sometimes soap that didn't dissolve good, and everything else. You know, just go through here and, you know, taking the extra step to make sure this is all nice and clean, and, you know, you don't have to worry about anything, because this is stuff, little stuff like this is the difference between you coming back out on the recall and, you know, something working like it's supposed to. So good news is, just send it all down there like that, and, you know, help out along the way and all that. Now, take that, set that back down in place like so. Now remember, just pulls off, pulls out, take care of that. Then, go back down here to this piece. Oh, wait a minute. Go ahead and give this a rinse off as well. This one's not too terrible, but, you know, just give it a rinse anyhow. Slip it back in like that. You take this piece here, you know, like so. Make sure you're locked in. That's taken care of. Now, we'll go back over here. Grab our basket. Put it back in place. Close it up. Now, at this point, the repair itself is now done. At this stage, now we're at the point of I need to take my vacuum out because I don't need it anymore. Go get my air compressor, my brad nailer, because we're going to replace what we took off last time. So catch you in just a sec. Okay, now for another fun little piece. Yep, little compressor, little brad nailer, and a little area over here that we want to do. So this is something that goes really quick. Let's get down here where I can actually show this at the same time. Now, one thing you definitely want to do is make sure, you see, your wood pieces, whatever you pull out, make sure the area itself doesn't have any more nails in it. But I'll go ahead and tell you, this guy right here will shove it through quite well. So what you want to do is you want to start with this piece here, and what I'll do is I'll hold it with my thumb. Back up right my nailer in, and then just press 1, 2. There usually is enough to hold that one in place. Don't need many. A lot of people like to sit there and just go bam, 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 bam. That's not necessary at all. You just need 2 to stick a little thing in there. Make sure your corner's lined up like it's supposed to. Come back in, same thing. This one you probably want to put a little bit of an angle on it. This one right there, one right there. Literally, that's all you got to do. Now, with that being said, guess what? We're done. Be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Hit the little bell icon to let you know whenever I post a new video and all that kind of stuff. And if there's anything appliance related you want to know about, hit the comments down below. I will answer you. And chances are, you might inspire me to do another video. Hope this helps you out on this with the drain pump replacement. I had to think about that for a second. But anyhow, just like I said, like, share, subscribe, and then I will see you on the next one. And thanks for tuning in on Fix It with Izzy. See you next time.